Hi, my name is Roger Ottaway, and welcome to my 2019 Ford Transit van conversion series. I'm going to show you how I made my luxury van. I'll be highlighting how I only added 2,500 pounds to the van, and I'll show you some special features such as the shower build, the bed build, and how I stacked my batteries on top of the water tank to gain full access to my garage area. Follow my series and I'll show you what I did. Thanks. Okay, in this picture here I want to show you I used Johnson Manville. It's a poly iso board insulation. It has 2.7 R rating, so I have put in two half inches in there, so it gets me 5.5 R ratings for insulation purposes. And you can see what I did. I glued it on, one onto the other onto the wall, and in order to make a good seal, you can see what I've done with the wood going back and forth in there. So this has really done a really good job. And it'll keep the moisture off the metal as well, this procedure, so save a lot of space. But here's my problem today, or my scenario today, is that I've created an end piece for this, which is going to be this. I've taped this thing, tapered it off in a couple different angles. I've worked my way into it. It takes about 4 or 5 different cuts to make this cut work in order to get up in here, because all these grooves up in here are it's rounded in a corner. So I'm trying to create a square corner up here, because I got to have a square, at least something square. So I'm going to do that, but I want to get it all obviously as high as I can, and this thing curves right here. So this notch out gets me a little bit into that curve more than I'd be, able to get another inch out of it without having that curve affect me, because that curve is going to affect me, because it'll shorten me if I don't notch it out a little bit. So I notched it out in order to take advantage of that curve right there. And so that'll sit up in here just like that. And then my idea is to have these things attached to the side. And then I'm going to use a 1/2 inch finished plywood, good clean plywood, which is cabinet quality plywood, as my interior, in order to make it work. So I don't have to do a lot of work on this thing, because it's a real pain. I was going to make 3 inch. It would be a 3 inch all the way across, 3 inches this way, and it'll be just like this. It'll be like this, top and bottom. So that way, this will be nailed into here, but this will be on top. So that way, it doesn't have to worry about what's going to structurally keep it up there. It's going to be up here because of this. The only have to worry about is any bowing in here. I may put something in here to catch it, something to hang on to, so it doesn't have any tendency to bow. So I'll probably have to support it somewhere along in here, just to fear of bowing. So I worry about over time, will this bow a little bit, will it sag? Alright, so here we are. I'm going to try to get a pattern for this area because I'm going to do it actually a square, so I just need to kind of cut it to make sure it's close enough to make, but I need to put the actual one up here that it'll fit in, because this will be a boxing area. So I just want to go past that a little bit. So let's see what we get out of it. All my gear in my pockets. Again, when you only got 2 hands, you need 3. You gotta improvise. Okay, what I had sort of rigged up, because I wanted to make sure the circle was correct, I had taken one of my darts, because it had a nice pointed edge on it, taken a pencil, I screwed a hole in there, made it nice and tight, so this thing had to jump in there real hard, screwed a hole in here for my pencil, and so when I stick my pencil in there, then I could do a complete circle with this and make at least a circle out of it so it's not all wild and all over the place and I know where it's going. So that dot right there is I'm going to put this, I'm going to drill a hole for this, and that's going to be how I'm going to do my circle. Pretty scary. But needless to say, I got to do it. I got to, I hate making mistakes. Let's see what we get out of this. I suppose I can do this in the air. Let's see how it works in the air. X marks the spot. You look at that. Perfect circle. Now, perfect to have it like that, but it's nice to be able to cut it and get it to come out too. So keep your fingers crossed it comes out, because it still splits this wood a little bit. So it's going to hemorrhage this wood going around here. Even with a jig, it's still going to affect it, because I know it did a little bit on this top up here, on this back side, and hopefully I'll be able to cover enough of it, it won't matter. But anyways, now I gotta cut it. Cut it. That ought to be good. Scary. Scary to make sure I get a nice round circle. You know, steady circle without a mistake. So, no time like the present.